Good morning, YouTube, and it's chilly, and we're into a new day, and it's going to be a good day because we're leaving this driveway.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
So leaving the driveway, yeah, we're going to head up north from here, and just for about a week. That way the realtor can have an open house. I think the house for the most part is the way it's going to be for our viewing or whatever, so we'll go and check that out. We still have to move this stuff. Some of it's trash, obviously. We're gonna try to put all that trash in a bag. Hey, you know what, maybe I'll put the whole see, it's kind of tough because we're not going to be back for our trash, so we're having a hard time with the trash pickup because we do have trash that needs to go out. But if we put it out tonight, then it's got to stay out there all night tonight, and then all night Wednesday, and then Thursday they pick up, and then we'll have to ask Heidi's mom to come up and if she can pull the can back, you know, to the house. Or if we just hold off and don't take the trash out until we come back, then it doesn't go for this week, and it won't go for next week. It'll be the next week, so that trash will be in that can. Some of it, obviously, food product for a couple of weeks, and I'm not real hip on that, but we may do that. So anyways, this can here, we was thinking about just sticking that out there and telling them, please take the whole can, just throw the whole can in there, but maybe not. Anyways, we'll move some of this stuff off to the side here. Not very much. You can see what's involved, and really nothing to speak of. A couple of empty laundry baskets with a couple of small things in it. And we'll pull Heidi's car in here, but let's get inside. It is chilly, and it rained last night. It rained a pretty decent amount too. I was impressed with the rainfall. It wasn't horrible, but I've got the mail on hold and everything's set up, all our cameras, all the automation, all the warnings and alerts. So I'll be going through and getting a bunch of alerts here as soon as I walk through. We'll put our mat back. Our porch is all finished. Oh, there's some paint stuff there. Darn it. Bet you Heidi didn't see that. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Just set it right there. And into the house. Now, there's not lights on, but you'll be able to get a sense of what's going on here. I should have my shoes off. That fan needs rolled up and put away somewhere. So the office got a cleaning. Carpet came out pretty decent. The dark that you see, I know, does show up on camera. It still is slightly dark, but it's also the matting from the cleaner. It kind of pulls up the carpet. So that's all done. The chair's not going with us this trip. It will the next trip. And of course the kitchen is all finished. It seems odd. I say that every time, but until you guys experience it, it just seems odd that the house is this empty. And yeah, living room again. Don't have much for lighting in here. I could turn that on. That'd help a little bit for you guys. They did a real good job with the paint. I think it looks nice, and the carpet came up pretty clean. We had a couple of dark spots here from where a rocker recliner used to sit, and of course this has been a high traffic area since this carpet's been put in. You could tell the perimeter where there was always something. Couches. Her grandfather, when we moved in, had a big console stereo. You guys remember those stereos. He also had a big bookshelf that was there too. And even over here, I mean, this has been a low traffic area, you know, just so far away from the wall because Heidi used to have her curio cabinet. There was a long time we had our TV set up over here when it was a console TV, you know, on a stand. And then we got the wall TV, or whatever you want to call it. So that's going on. The hallway, he repainted in here. Looks pretty good. It was kind of jacked up top there. This light turns on the attic light too, which Heidi says she wants to get up there, but we haven't gone up there in years. I know there's a Christmas tree. Then, of course, this room, we've seen this 1,000 times. The bathroom is pretty much finished. So we got that going on. I should close the toilet lid. We'll push this back a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then this room here, which we've seen 1,000 times. We don't need to see again, right? So, I'm going to close this door, though, just a little bit. There we go. That looks a little better. So, that's the house, upstairs-wise, and it's ready to be shown. We'll probably take some pictures. That'd probably be a good idea. Maybe I'll turn on all the lights and we'll take some pictures, just so we have it as far as being empty. Again, that chair, the gumball machine, Heidi's having a hard time trying to figure out. She's had that for a long time, and she can't seem to sell it. Nobody really wants it. Kids didn't want it. Obviously, our son didn't want it. But, oh, it's dusty there. We're going to have to clean that off. I didn't see that till just now. So in the basement we go. It looks pretty decent down here. It's not bad. Still, the neighbor needs to come get his paint stuff. These paint cans will be moved over there with the rest of the paint stuff. And, of course, the freezer goes with the house. That's extra flooring. Those are the lights for, you know, whatever. That carpet, I don't remember what that's for. Insulation, we'll just leave that stuff. I'm sure they can throw it away if they don't want to. That tote will go eventually in the back of the truck. The bunk beds still has to go to her mom's house. The fishing pole goes to her brother. I know this is boring, sorry. If you guys don't like this, please fast forward. But again, we found this fascinating when we had people that were walking through the house and showing what they were doing when they were downsizing, especially Rick, this static nomadic, which I haven't seen anything from him for a long time. I thought his stuff was really good. I just loved seeing him downsize his home that he had lived in and was moving away. So blankets, I can't remember Heidi what she said what she's going to do with that. And then another tote, that's a really good tote, we'll take that with us also. But yeah, this is pretty much the condition that they'll get it in, minus some of this stuff that's in here, obviously, that we got to take out. But it's kind of all disposable stuff. We'll leave some of the stuff behind and other stuff not so much. We're finally cleared out. I mean, you could see there's still a few things, but I think we can officially say that the house is pretty much cleaned out. This stuff is literally 30 minutes worth of work to get out and put somewhere and organize. So we're pretty much done. We'll have to see what happens, but the open house, I think people can come in now and kind of get a sense of what they're looking at and what they'd be buying, and you know, it makes a little bit more sense to them. That's the thing that I was having a hard time with before, was all of our stuff being in here, and how could anybody really understand, you know, like this basement. We've never seen it this empty before, and you know, you get a vision of what you'd like to do down here. If you're only 5'10", for example, you could actually do something in the basement here to make it a finished basement. Part of that would probably involve waterproofing the basement. You know, we do hit moisture that comes in, like I've said 1,000 times, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, but you can't really envision it when it's set up for somebody else. So that's it. We're gonna get packed. I got a lot of work to do, so I better get out there. All right, big change of plans. We were going to drive an hour and a half to the campground up there at Thousand Trails. I kind of decided not to. Heidi and I decided not to. And the reason is because two things. Our trash, I was just talking about the trash and what we were going to do there. And number two, we unexpectedly yesterday were notified that our expensive ass bicycles, at least Heidi's bike, has been shipped and it's going to be here really quick by FedEx standards, like on Friday or something like that. And I told her, I said, forget that. Well, you know, we have a reason to be here in case that she needs something for the showing. If she does do an open house, which I don't know how fast she could do an open house. I thought that's something they advertised for a few days. Maybe they just throw a sign up and say open house, which would work perfect here. But yeah, it just makes it a little bit easier. I was thinking as I was walking back from the house talking with you guys whenever I was showing you the basement and everything, I thought, well, it'd be awful nice if we were going to West Branch and been so much easier. And then it dawned on me, wait a minute, we can pretty much go to any campground we want. We just have to pay. And that's fine. So we're going to go to Hartville, Jellystone in Hartville. We've never been there. It's an expensive park. It's always been expensive. It's a Jellystone thing. Plus in Hartville. It's right by where we went and got our Hartville pies the other day. It's real close to Hartville Kitchen, Hartville Flea Market, Hartville Marketplace, Hartville Hardware. That's kind of I'm telling you, all those places I just listed, there's bus tours that stop and bring people there so you could go through all that stuff. I would never do that. Heidi would.
No, I wouldn't.
She would love it. No, anyways, it's from our area, so it's not our thing either.
Right.
You know what?
When he got older.
If it was the real Hartville Flea Market, like it used to be, real,
yeah.
back
a
years
real
ago.
Flea market?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there is flea market vendors that are out in the parking lot.
Once a week.
Right. However, it's not like it used to be. It used to be an old flea market. The whole thing was flea market. Now they have this inside flea market that's just a bunch of vendors. Don't get me wrong, those vendors are okay. Like, they've got some really good food in there, meats and cheeses and nuts and stuff. And then there's a bunch of like wallet and purse makers. I bought a wallet off them that lasted for years. There's a lot of nice stuff in there, but that's not we're not shopping. We're not at a shopping mall. We don't want to go to a boutique mall or anything like that. We like the yard sale stuff or the real garage sale stuff. And even that stuff out, has changed. You get these vendors that just load up all this Chinese stuff and put it in boxes, and it's same year after year after year. So anyways, I'll get off that soapbox. The hardest thing about this whole deal, actually, we're not going to be able to weigh the RV going to the campground because shitter's full. The black tank's pretty darn full, and we're going to just take it there that way. Unless we don't check in till 2. I mean, we could do the macerator thing.
Yeah.
I can empty the tanks, and we could actually...
It's up to you. It makes
Maybe.
the system work, which is good.
That's true. That is true. Okay, maybe we'll weigh. Again, things change. Our plans change.
And it's only 9 o'clock.
It's 9 in the morning. We were expecting to leave here about 10 to be up at the other place by noon. So we're just going to leave here in about an hour. And now we're not leaving until 2. So, I'm sorry. We're not leaving till about 1:30. And the reason is because it's about a 30-minute drive, but we're going to take our time because it's nothing but construction in both 619 and up the State Street.
Yeah.
So both our main routes into Hartville are under construction. All right, so that's what we're doing. Isn't that grand? So we're all hooked up. Not. We have a lot of stuff ready to go, but the lawn crew came. So I have to wait until they mow this little section that's over here in front of the trailer before I can put the truck there and hook up. So the water's put away. The electric is still plugged in. We have to put that cord away, which maybe I'll just throw that in the generator box. That's one of the benefits of having that generator box, how big it is. There's enough room in there for that. It's kind of planned. And we'll probably not get it out because when we get to we're running 50 amp where we're going. But the RV's all put away. It seemed weird putting it away, being in there for as long as we have. How long have we been actually living in there now? When exactly did we move in? Because I don't remember.
June 4th, when my surgery happened. We was already sleeping in here, but June 4th is pretty much when.
So we're only 3 days away from...
Yeah.
So June... June, July, August, September, October. So we're wow, we've been living in that RV for 5 months in 4 days. No.
June, July,
The month of June.
August.
No, you got to count the entire month of June.
Okay, July,
August, September.
yeah,
No.
4 months.
Yeah, she's right. Why do I always argue with her? She's always right. October will be 4 months. So yeah, 4 months we've been living in the RV. So it seems strange. Woo! That didn't seem strange. Our windshield's dirty, but it seems strange that we're moved in, right? I mean, it just seems odd that we moved the slides in and all that stuff. Our windshield's filthy. So that's what we're doing, and we'll pick it up whenever we're rolling. Well, I'm not sure exactly their normal process, but here I am at the gate, one of the gates. That says an automatic gate. Looks like the other gate that's to the left of where I'm at. There's a gate right in front of me. You guys probably can't see it. Oh, yeah, I guess you can. But anyways, I got 2 cars behind me because there's really, there's not really a check-in area. There's not really an area that you can pull in necessarily because there was somebody parked a little bit further back that I had to go around even to get here. And I don't know, they're taking their good old time getting us checked in. In the meantime, people behind us are trying to get themselves in, which is kind of funny. Yeah. See, this girl's letting them in, these other 2 people in. That's just crazy. There was 2 people just waiting the whole time, and this other lady would rather do a full-blown check-in with Heidi and tell her about all the features and everything instead of just letting those other 2 people in. So this girl here, who's obviously younger than the lady checking us in, she knew what to do. So she went and pushed the button and let them in.
We arrived at Jellystone / Yogi Bear.
Clearwater.
Clearwater?
That's what it used to be called.
Oh, Clearwater back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember driving by here as a kid, not very often, obviously, and saying, "Boy, look at all those kids swimming in that pool." And then you drive by the pool, and I'm like, I wouldn't swim in the pool. Maybe kids would, but I wouldn't. But anyway, Michael's got a little project here.
Yeah, we're putting that omnidirectional antenna on top of the mast for the unlimited data. We'll have to see how that works. Now, it works just fine inside so far, and with just the router and the antennas that are on it, but I'm going to see how well it works there.
So I'm going to take a little walk around the park. They have a lot of, I'm guessing, they have a lot of, what are these, little cottages?
Yeah, rental
Little cabins. They have quite a few of them. I'll have to look it up and see how many they have, but it's pretty quiet. I guess we're back up to another road. I don't know what road this is. Do you know what road this is? No. The time we were here before, we were like in the center.
Yeah.
But they close October 15th, and she told me this weekend is gonna be busy. So it's gonna be busy. Oh, more campsites over there across the street, looks like. Oh, I did not know that. So I guess you can't get in and out of here. But anyway, I thought we were near the bathrooms. I don't see them. Maybe they're over here. Yeah, I think the bathroom's over there. But anyway, they have a little playground. I think everything is open except the pool. They have unlimited putt-putt while you're here, if you like putt-putt. And we'll maybe tomorrow take a little walk around here, show you the rest of the park. But anyway, I'll show you our setup. They mowed, so we have grass all over our camper on the inside anyway. But that's it. we'll show you more tomorrow.
Good morning, YouTube.
Good morning.
We're going to go out for breakfast, most likely. There's so many restaurants in this area. We could go to Hartville Kitchen. I just talked about that on the video. I got some of the video edited a little bit prematurely because one of the things I want to talk about is the internet real quick here. But we did go out last night real quick and do Mi Casa Restaurant Mexican. It's kind of like a little dive Mexican restaurant, sort of, but it's good. Some of their stuff is better than our favorite Mexican restaurant that we go to all the time, but it was okay, and we rushed it, and that was the only meal we had all day yesterday.
I think that you say it was okay, but we were saying it was good last night because we were hungry.
Yeah, we were. I was very hungry.
And then I got leg cramps due to dehydration.
She died of dehydration. So, yeah, we got to hop in the truck and go somewhere because we didn't plan this very well today. Heidi's got food. It's just it's frozen in the freezer.
Frozen solid.
And I can't wait.
Can't wait.
I got this editing that I need to do. And again, getting back to the high-speed internet, let's talk about that. So I need to make a cable port for the cable that comes out here. You can see, and that I have that cable port system. I put a link in the last video in the description. Again, it's just the hole saw. They give you the hole saw. I got to drill in here. I got to put in the port. That way that cable comes in and out. And what I'd like to do is try to mount this, and this is what we have. And I'm still in the middle of kind of reviewing all this and looking at it and seeing how I like it. EasyCom LLC. Now, if you decide that you want to go with this guy, tell them that RVdaydream sent you. Mike at RVdaydream. I'm not going to talk it up because I don't know that much about it. Let me tell you what I do know about it, which I already mentioned in the previous video. The guy was very quick to respond on text, chat. I've talked to the guy that is listed, I suppose, as the owner directly. Other than the initial outlay for this box, which was $300, I think, something like that, it is $99 a month for me to have AT&T. Now, it's also the same amount for Verizon, but he told me that Verizon actually is more unreliable than AT&T based on his experience, his results, and his reports from the people that are operating under his third-party memberships. He said that it's sporadic. He says some people get excellent service, some people get horrible service. He said that AT&T seems to be a little bit more reliable. So basically what you're getting here, just pretend this is a cell phone that doesn't do anything other than to get a signal. This is a hotspot. That's all this is. It looks like a router. It's got router features. Look at all that. It plugs in like a router. It doesn't have a battery pack or anything. There is a SIM card for AT&T, but this is what you get. USB report, there's a USB port, there's a micro SD memory card slot, and what you can see here is I have the secondary antenna, and the primary antenna I have hooked to the cable that goes outside to that omnidirectional. My speeds are fair here. They're not bad. Because I have that external antenna mounted on the box, I can actually mount this router somewhere, but I want to be able to take it off in case the external antenna is not needed, because you may get into a situation where you can just put the other paddle antenna on because you're close enough to a tower, and it's actually better to have, you know, two antennas trying to pick up a signal than one. And then these are for the broadcast. Now, I learned something unbelievable, and it shouldn't have been unbelievable. It makes common sense now that it happened. I originally checked this out or tested this out. First, I tested out our WeBoost. Now, our WeBoost, because the T-Mobile tower is closer than a mile from here. This T-Mobile tower is probably within a quarter of a mile of this place. Our download speeds are 120 and our upload speeds are 75. That's a lot. That's 75 megabytes per second. That's really fast. That's faster than I have at home. My upload speed at home is only like 22, 24. So it's much faster. It's really fast here. And that's using the T-Mobile. My phone is a hotspot, and the WeBoost system, which puts us even that much closer to the antenna. It boosts that signal even more. But, you know, I do have a cap on that. It's like 22 gigabytes, and it is 4G hotspot. But we have 3 phones, and 2 of the other phones we can use as hotspots, and they have the same caps, so it's not a big deal. But I wanted to be able to use this because, you know, this thing is unlimited. So whenever I was testing it initially, it was after I did my Verizon test. I put up the WeBoost, I checked my speeds, I'm like, wow, this is awesome, this is great, this will give me the ability to upload really fast. And that's what I'm kind of hoping to do. That's also why you're probably watching this video after the fact, but maybe I might be able to post it today even. Maybe I'll post this prior. But we're having a live chat tonight. If not, you might be watching this video after the live chat, but we'll see. Maybe I'll put this up and then we'll have the live chat later. Maybe I can do that because it is fast. So I had that on, and this is the broadcaster for inside the RV for all of our phones and our computers and everything to pick up that signal. So whenever I tried that with the internal antennas, it did fair. It did okay. Wasn't crazy fast. It was like, I think it was 7 to 8 to 10 download. I think that was the fastest it did. And upload was like 2. It wasn't very good. So then I put the external antenna on, and it was slower. I'm like, how is it even slower? It was like really slow. So I was getting very disappointed. I'm like, man, I have a bad connection. I have a mix match. I have the wrong ohm rating, a wire, something. I wonder what's going on. And then it dawned on me, and I tried it out, and I unplugged the booster for the Verizon that was broadcasting the signal in the whole RV, and this thing woke up. And now the downloads on this are around 14 megabytes per second, and the upload is like 10 megabytes per second, which is fine. It's very, very fine. Now, if I wanted to, I could switch and make the antenna that is currently going to the booster, the directional antenna, the one that you actually point. I could switch it and make it go to this, the Wi-Fi hotspot, or whatever you want to call it, the unlimited internet. But I'm not going to mess around with that. I'm happy with what's going on there. Now, it just so happens at this park, they do have Wi-Fi. And we're really, these are all redundant systems. I'm not saying you guys need to go out and buy all this stuff. What I'm concerned with is that we get somewhere and we don't have any T-Mobile signal. And let's say that same place, we don't have any AT&T signal. But maybe the campground has okay Wi-Fi. Something that I might be able to upload a video, start it at night, go to bed, and the next morning it might be uploaded. But we do have the Wi-Fi Ranger back here on the roof. And I turned that on, and I have speeds at this campground of 5 megabytes per second download and 5 megabytes per second upload, which I could do. I could do that. I could actually upload a video through their Wi-Fi. So it's, again, redundant systems. It's one of those things that you may want to look into. And if you're not tech savvy, it might be a little difficult. It might be tough, but you can learn it. I mean, nobody ever taught me this stuff. I just kind of figured it out, and it's not like it's rocket science. You just listen to what they're saying and pay attention, and you could figure it out yourself. But so far, this EasyComm LLC, good. So far, so good. Again, if you guys are watching this little bit of a clip and you say, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right now. Again, just mention RVdaydream. I don't have anything set up with them currently, but I think I'd like to try if it keeps on moving in a positive direction. Again, one location, one test does not make a great, system or a great review by no means. So we'll not even pretend that's what's happening here. Got to get something to eat. As we just mentioned, Heidi's outside. I'm sure she's smoking. And we have that live chat today. So maybe I'll go ahead and try to close this out. You guys can then we'll do a walkthrough of the campground maybe tomorrow. It's chilly, it's windy out, and it feels like fall. I just got the little Polonus furnace just kicked on because I kind of bumped it. Yeah, it's pretty nice here. We got good sleep last night. It's very quiet. And we have stuff to do inside here that gets us a little bit neater. But we wanted to check in. We wanted to talk to you guys. Let's go get something to eat and then close this out. Here we go. This is site number 60 that we're at. And it's tight. And the thing is if people have fires, I'm not parking my truck there. I'll be parking over there because these fire rings are real close. That's why we pulled so far forward. And don't get me wrong, this is not a desirable camping experience for us as far as this stuff goes. I mean, you can see the campground, and the campsites are like...
Boom, boom, boom.
Right. This is the closest we've ever camped other than Pirate Land. Now, these sites up in front of us, I didn't really want to do them, but these are considered premium sites, and you could see not a lot of premium going on there.
Little concrete pad.
Yeah, but you do get a little bit more area, so I can't say much, about it. It is an upgraded site from the rest because you get some more area. They have a little walkway here. Looks like they need to trim the trees. It's encroaching the walkway. And this takes you up, which we're getting ready to go around. Well, this guy's got a Wolfpack toy hauler for side-by-side. Or whatever it is. The other thing we have to do is, at some point during this trip, we have to stop at the hardware store and buy some sort of a hold down. Our autoformer did well, just sitting in the spot that it was, and it did move a little though. We want to tie it down, so we need to get some sort of connection for that. You can see this is, believe it or not, this is listed on the map as the Tuscarawas River. Look at this, show it here. You believe that? So they'll show them the Tuscarawas River. That is amazing. But there's a big playground over here, obviously. Basketball, tetherball. I didn't even know if anybody even played tetherball anymore. They have...
I love tetherball.
Yeah.
I'm going to go play some.
Oh, are you? Well, that's a nice picnic table. Look at it's. We'll show you guys.
It's around the tree.
Yeah, it's around the tree. Oh, it's a bench. It's not a picnic table. What was I thinking? How you gonna?
The putt-putt. If you like to putt-putt.
Yeah, there. Yeah, it's putt-putt course. They got picture op stuff. Like there's the stick your head through the stockade thing. A little pavilion down here. Wonder how many people tried to drive over this bridge with their RVs. That's probably why they escort you. Of course, they have a propane station. You can see they've got a big, giant swing here that would fit my big butt even. And if we had our bikes, we could try to use the bike rack. I'm sure all the kids use the bike rack. And this is all the stuff. Ice cream stand, general store. You can see all of this. Of course, you go get a picture with Yogi Bear sitting there. And then over here is gem mining. And like Heidi said, putt-putt. And then this is the gate that they let us out. They let those people in. And then to the right here, you can see this is a concession stand.
Picnic basket.
And the swimming pool. Of course, swimming pool's drained at this point. But
So I do take back the swimming pool. I've seen pictures of the pool online, and it is like a real pool.
Look, they have a waterfall feature.
Yeah.
Oh, how nice. And then there's parking across the street. I don't know what that parking is exactly.
Well, it's $15 per person to get in if you are not camping.
Ew.
So maybe that's the parking for them.
Overflow parking. So this is Hoover Road, and you can see how close it is to State Route 619. All this Hartville stuff that we're getting ready to drive through, that's right off of this 619. Now, there's construction going on. Unfortunately, a lot of construction. And it's because Hartville has now become this tourist attraction to some extent. So what they're doing is trying to widen and improve the roads for just that reason. The one thing I can tell you, though, is I used to travel this back and forth to work all the time, this section of road. And anything for as far as an improvement, making it wider with turn lanes and that's all great. That's super. But as far as the rest of the dealings that they're doing up here, at what point did people think roundabouts were the best way to handle traffic? I know there's got to be studies and stuff, but these roundabouts, I don't get it. They're kind of small. I just can't imagine doing this roundabout every day, because with the trailer, we had to actually get on the brakes a little bit because the traffic moves fast enough around here that to yield is kind of difficult. I mean, it is kind of difficult to yield. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like I said, lots of construction.
They're paving it.
So like in this case, why would there be 2 lanes? Unless they're just, why did they just make one big turn lane?
Well, they probably did
for people that wanted to go into Hartville Kitchen.
Right, but they probably did some kind of traffic study, and
somebody
this outer one will.
We gotta have a roundabout. Ooh, we could be the talk of the town.
Ooh, that's ugly.
But they've got 2 stinking roundabouts. That guy just did something he wasn't supposed to.
He didn't follow the rules.
From what I could just tell.
There's Hartville Hardware.
Yeah, this hardware store's, they got a full house in there. They built a house inside so they can show you their stuff.
And obviously there's the Hartville Kitchen.
Big, huge kitchen. It ain't a small place. And then Hartville Flea Market's back there. This is Hartville put up a hotel because, again, this is becoming sort of an attraction place. Now, whenever we first moved here, when my dad and stepmom first moved here, whenever I just graduated high school,
there's nothing this way.
This was all empty field, and this corner up here at this traffic light on the right-hand side where Sheetz is, that used to be the Hartville Kitchen and Flea Market, and it was huge. And that was all just loaded, you know, back in the day. But now, this is new. This Sheetz is new. The Aldi's is new. This intersection, this big intersection, it's all new. The Marathon has been there for quite some time. That was one of the first places that actually came through and built something that big. But yeah, this place has gotten much, much, much bigger than what it used to be. There used to be nothing really on that corner. So this is Hartville. This is like the main thing of Hartville, one of them, but I consider it like the main it is now the main intersection because of the kitchen. So if you're ever coming down through here, watch your speed, just be careful. There is a lot of old people that are driving around through this area, and there's a lot of people that are just trying to get through Hartville because it is an easy way to get to a couple of places, and you've got it even if you're just passing through, and hence the traffic. Okay, so Lynn is taking a snoozola, but she's playing her little game, and I'm watching a movie, but the wind is kicked up, and there's something that you got to be aware of. And that is when you have gusts that are pretty considerable, like today, which the camera is going to pick it up, even with the wind buffer, I'm sure. 35-mile-per-hour winds. You have to be, we're trying to dry these off. We're going to try to figure out some sort of a drying rack back here. Make this a little bit more feasible. Because we don't like to put away our washcloths when they're wet because they get a mildew that's hard to get off. So anyways, going back to what I was saying, side tangent, what a surprise. This mast, it says right on there, gust over 35 miles per hour, you need to bring it down. And it doesn't have to be all the way down, but it has to be down. And the funny thing is, it has already fallen down. It's already down a little bit, and it must have fallen down. I don't know if you guys can tell, but these are the holders. There's one here and there's one up top. But these are the rings that the poles connect. And you can see there's 2 of those rings above the roof line that are together. So yeah, that's kind of funny that happened. Yeah, it's spinning around, you can see, real easy. That might be a flaw. it's definitely spinning around easy. I mean, it was just facing in a different direction there. So anyways, getting back, we're going to lower this so that it's it's not fully extended. I'm sure it can handle a decent amount of wind as long as it's not fully extended. That's all the lower that we needed to bring it down. Just a couple of pole sections. Again, as long as it clears that other air conditioner unit, it's fine. We'll get plenty of signal, so just be aware. Also, $6.75 for a bundle of firewood. I don't know how much you get for $6.75, but wow, it seems like a lot, don't it? We got roofing going on over here. Heidi says, I keep on hearing somebody bang. Of course they stop. But it looks like they deliver the firewood. That's kind of cool. And one of the things that we're finding is that I hog up too much of the desk. Because I can't. But it's not a big deal because Heidi likes to use this TV tray. This is the craziest thing. This TV tray is so old and so not user-friendly, and yet we use it constantly. And what I mean user-friendly is for transport. It don't fold up right.
Well, it's
pre-thinking, apparently.
Yeah, because you have to take the whole thing off to fold it.
Right. So really windy outside still, but we'll be fine for this live chat. And the nice thing is since Heidi's got this set up over here, we'll use this for the live chat like we always do. What I'm going to do is close out this video, upload it really quick so you guys can see this in a relatively timely manner. And this will give me a chance to use my T-Mobile and see how fast we can get some intranets as far as an upload. See how fast the video upload. It'll be interesting. But it's a cloudy day, and we're not in our driveway. That's the most important thing, right? Yeah. So, how about we just go ahead and close this video out?
As always, we hope to see you out here.
Bye.